Okay, so today we're setting up week 23. I wrote plan and affirm week 22, but it's week 23 in my Sterling Ink Common Planner. We will consider the astrology of the upcoming week before the time blocking, and then after the time blocking of week 23, we will say our affirmations. Um, yeah. So this is week 23, and week 22 looked like this. Not much activity. Just very basic planning. Because, as if you were here last week, not last week, last plan and affirm, which was the last time I was live, my um my husband was sick, and he ended up needing to be hospitalized again in May and spent 17 days in the hospital in May. Thankfully, he is recovering. He's home now. But yeah, it was a big disruption, obviously. And, there just wasn't time to do the weekly time blocking. It was just write it down in the space. And that's one thing about, doing these colors when you do have time. You can sort of drop it in even without outlining things, because it's like a memory that, it's in about this space that these types of events happen, So that's pretty much what happens. And then if I do end up having time, I'll go in and do the colors. But that's one good thing about doing the same time block every week, is that even if you don't have time to outline the things, you kind of get an idea of where things should be written. And this is, yeah, I'm showing you the May's weeklies, which were very blank. I don't think I decorated any May weekly. I kind of started here. This is the week my husband got out of the hospital, and, I decided to put a little sticker of when we went out to eat to celebrate that. But yeah, not much weekly time blocking in the sense that I like to do, because I did write things down in a certain time block. But the pre-planning of the week was very difficult to do. So it was more like day-to-day planning, I guess, and there was only time to write things down, not really time to pull out the markers and make things happen. All right, so that was week 22. We are up to week 23. This is the June monthly. We are supposed to get to that at some point tonight, because, tomorrow is June 1st. But that's all we've got so far for June. But we're just going to get into the time blocking of week 23. So what about the astrology that to keep in mind? Number one, we've got the full moon in Sagittarius that occurred at 4:46 a.m. It's a blue moon, which means it's the second full moon of this month. And it is an apogee moon, meaning it appears smaller in the sky than is typical. It also causes high tides to be slightly lower and low tides to be slightly higher than normal. Oh, well, I guess you can see this. Yeah, so that's what I've got for the blue moon. And then because it's a full moon, it's the Gemini Sagittarius axis. And it's asking, what am I going to do with what I already know? Because Sagittarius is I seek, right? I'm seeking to take action, basically. Where am I going with that? Yeah, and then Gemini is I think, right? So what am I going to do with what I already know? Right? I already know. I thought about it already. What has life been trying to teach me these past 6 months? And so 6 months ago, what was that? October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So September. No, I'm crazy. December. Yeah, because it was when Sagittarius was in the full moon. All right. So I'm going to go check my planner for December and work my way through these months and think about what life has been trying to teach me. There's been a lot of pivot. If I were to answer that right now, the biggest thing is pivot. I guess commit to the disruption once you know that something needs to happen and you have to change something. Commit to this is going to require an adjustment. Because it may not go the way I think. I may have to point in another direction, or I may miss. And I have to be okay. I have to forgive myself and move on. All right, so that's basically take that knowledge, take that I think, and create meaning. Create what we're seeking. So very manifestory vibes, manifestation vibes with this blue moon. And that apogee thing is kind of interesting, but I'm not gonna delve too much into that. And so where did I get this info? I got this from Patreon, to astrologers that I follow whose reports were much more detailed than this. And if you would like to read those reports, go to Patreon. It's Irma K. Sawyer and Luz Astral. Both of those people on Patreon. That's where I got that little summary. But, they wrote a much larger article that has a lot more detail that could be useful to you. Okay, now that we've discussed that, what else is there to discuss? It is also Dominican Mother's Day. The last Sunday of every month is Dominican Mother's Day, and I am Dominican, and so I am wishing my Dominican mother happy Mother's Day. She's on a cruise right now. Good for her. All right, so what are we looking at? Usually I do a tarot reading. And it would have been nice, but I don't have the bandwidth for that right now because I'm trying to catch up on so many things that were left hanging during my husband's hospitalization. So it's time for me to get a bunch of stuff that got neglected under control. So we're not going to do a reading today. We are going to begin with the appointments. Are there any appointments? The only appointment we have right now is the art class. So I'm going to add that. Oh, you know what I need to add? I need to add the lunar phase too. Did I write that down? Oh, yeah, I forgot to read that line. I did write that down, but okay, we'll just... And we already know it's happening the following week, so just gonna do myself a favor. Okay, so that is, I believe, the only appointment. Yeah, that's the only appointment. Now we need to add the lunar phases for the month, and the lunar phases for the month, I'm going to use brown. I forgot to bring... I forgot to bring my highlighters. My other highlighters. My not consistently used highlighters. Because I use the I basically use the gold mild liner, and it's not here because I don't use it all the time, but I was planning on using it now. Just real quick, want to make sure I didn't do that here. No, here I used fluorescent orange. And then in March, I used fluorescent yellow. Yeah, and so I want to use the golden yellow for June, whose crystal is Tigereye. And here's my little Tigereye buddy. And you know, there you see it. You see the yellow and you see the brown. And so our Tigereye theme is going to be a yellow brown thing. This is my friend Pole. Gorgeous little friend Pole. Okay. Continuing. So I won't be able to finish coloring it in, was my whole point of that, because I don't have the other marker. Sister, I see you. Hey, sister. All right. Which brown? I guess this one. All right. And I don't have all of June's lunar phases, but I do have 3. 4. I have 4 phases. 4 of June's lunar phases. So we will be able to add that here too. Okay, so we're jumping real quick to the monthly spread just to add the lunar phases here, because this is where I would be going when I'm filling out the weekly, when I'm trying to find out what the lunar phase is. Okay. So the 4th I may have to get up and get a headband because my hair is getting in my eyes and it's making my eyes itch, and that's annoying. Okay, okay, moon in Capricorn. $7:30 a.m. All right. Sister, what are you doing? Do you have a planner with you? Or are you just hanging out? Okay, so there we go. On the 8th, we have the last quarter moon. In Pisces. Oh, and happy Dominican Happy Dominican Mother's Day. 6 a.m. Six 11. You're multitasking. Awesome. Okay, moon will be in Taurus. At 6:25 p.m. And then 6:14, it will be a new moon. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you for your anniversary wishes. 27-year anniversary. All right, that's all I have for the lunar phases so far. I will have to come back and add the rest later. What is relevant for week 23 is the 4th. And this is the waning gibbous. And where did we say that was? Capricorn. Okay, so we have added the lunar phases. I need to add work time. Still got to pull this out, which means, yeah, I think I have it here. Yeah, we might as well add what we've got in here to the monthly calendar. So we're back over here. I have the pages. I might as well. We are here. We're going to need it. Other things are also written here. So it's time to just do it all. Okay, so the 18th it will be the waxing crescent in Leo at 4:05 a.m. And then on the 21st, first quarter moon. In Libra. Ooh, at 5:55 p.m. Hello. That's kind of cool. Okay, that's all we have here. But does that answer the question of the calendar? The calendar question. No, the complete calendar is not here. So we do have to pull this out. Yeah. We're here in June. So I can actually put away. Holy moly, look at that. Today, the moon is void of course for 35 hours and 59 minutes. That is wild. That is wild. 30 freaking 5 hours. It must be that apogee thing. I don't know. I don't know. All right, where am I? Okay, we need this page. This can go right here. That can go right there. Oh, yeah, June's over. I gotta buy a new honeycomb. I can actually write that down. Okay. Here we are. We are going to mark on the monthly calendar what days are work days. Most likely open book days, because I usually take a work day whenever I can get it, regardless of whether the books are open. But okay, so Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was supposed to be a blue moon. It is a blue moon. It just so happens to also be an apogee moon, meaning that it looks smaller than normal. And it makes the high tide seem lower and the low tide seem higher than typical. But yeah, it is a blue moon. All right. Okay, we have written down work, but let's get these final lunar phases accounted for. The 25th. Waxing gibbous in Scorpio. (5:11 p.m.) July 3rd. Where did I miss the full moon? I'm missing the full moon. Oh, the full moon was on the 29th. Okay. All right. And then because it's here, the 3rd can also have the lunar phase. All right. We have got all of the lunar phases for June. And now we're going to flip to the weekly. I'm going to put this over here. Flip to the weekly. We have the 4th. We don't need that. We just need to say which days are work days. also want to put my little event triangle on these two activities. Actually, before I do that, I want to use the dot marker first so that it doesn't get dirty going over the pen. Oops. Going for the triangle, not the circle. Bam. Back to this. Okay, so time blocking dinner. I believe that is what's next. Yes, after lunar phases is appointments, and then it's time blocking dinner. Oops. Okay. Know why I keep doing that. Okay. I'm gonna ignore that line for now. Okay. Okay, so we've added the food. Not all of the food, but whatever food I remembered as I looked at this. What else? Oh, sister, do you know what day Father's Day is? Because is it the 14th? Most likely. It's usually not the first Sunday. But okay. Next up, bedtime routine. Okay. I just realized I was supposed to make it 10 to 11:15, and instead I made it 10 through 12, which, is more honest about my ability to make that time. So maybe I should do that. Maybe I should try to still have a bedtime routine that's 45 minutes longer. But we'll see. It really is more realistic. Definitely more time to do the things that need doing. I don't know what to pick. No, it's a health thing, so call it. Okay. All right, so this is PM reflection, and this is kids flossing. I need to make sure that I'm I'm supervising some of the kids flossing. Okay, and this is weekly. Okay. What is next? Homeschool instruction time. All right, this is a pretty typical week. There's nothing out of the ordinary from what I can gather. Oops. Okay. Monday through Wednesday. Thursday. All right. Got that going. What else? Homeschool admin time, I believe, is next. This is update homeschool register. This needs to happen daily so that when I'm writing progress reports and whatnot, I actually have data that I can use to write these things, because it's very easy to forget when you did something or what you did. And so it's important to keep a log. Okay. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Next up is the rest of the evening routine. All right, we already know that book club is happening here. Read. I don't know what pages. Okay. Book club is happening there. Do need this. Oh, there it is. Okay. No, I'm not done, baby. Okay. All right. What's next? Next is, I already know that I need to do bookkeeping. Oh, that's what it is. On days where the books are open, I like to just have an outline of what hours those could possibly be. And so I'm going to add that here. It'll only get shaded in if something is booked at that time. Okay, now that said, if nothing is booked on Thursday, I must do bookkeeping. So we're going to highlight that. And again, I'm shading that in because it's crucial. So whatever time is not devoted to whatever booking, again, should be bookkeeping related. Needs to happen. Friday, it should happen. But I do have other obligations where Friday could be a thing. Also going to consider it here as well, as I do have a goal to complete this task before July 1st. I'm giving myself 4 weeks to do this, which means I need to select what time that's happening and then protect that time. Alright, and so we're also going to do this Sunday of bookkeeping as well. Okay, then we have homeschool preparation, which also I have to write my yearly progress report. And so I need to make time for that. Ooh. Excuse me. Jesus. All right. And again. Oops. This is one of those, which one could be easier to do? But it really is necessary to do them all. Okay. Saturday evenings tends to be like beauty based. You know, I may paint my nails or wash my hair. Give myself a facial. That might be something. But there's also I'm here just going, yeah. No, there's also some cleaning that has to be done. I mean, maybe I gotta find a way to do it all in the daytime. But that's going to cut into instruction time. I can't leave it all for Sunday. Okay, what's next? Monday. Monday is a hard day to do anything in the evenings. I don't know why. I always like time block something for that and then end up like running out of time and just not doing the things. But we're gonna mark it. It should be a bookkeeping activity. Okay, now that we're done with actually, no, I'm gonna write this in. I'm gonna write self-care. And I'm gonna figure out what that could be. What are we calling self-care that day? But we need to schedule that. There we go. All right, what's next? What's next? Yes, I believe the evenings are done. Just gonna jump over here to load vitamins. What's next? Load vitamins. Then there was cleaning over here. Then we have this is why we have our ideal weekly, because we keep forgetting. Okay, so on the ideal weekly, laundry. Definitely need to do tickler tasks. All right, I am reminded that this is supposed to be a definitely blocked in time of homeschool prep. Okay, and then for other cleaning tasks which need to happen but don't happen all the time. I did delegate it today. I delegated some of the vacuuming, but not all of the vacuuming. But some of the vacuuming got delegated, so yay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and so that is all right. And then here it's vacuum. This is L2 stairs. L3 hallway. And then this is L1 stairs. And then foyer. Okay. And so if that gets done, I put an X on it. If I delegated it, I write D for I delegated it. Okay. But I don't write the D until the task got done. So it's delegated, but it also means the person did it. Okay, so cleaning laundry, we just need to outline the block. Okay, so tickler tasks. There we go. Cleaning. Laundry. Okay, so we have done the lower half of the day. The lower, well, not the lower half, the lower 3/4 of the day. So now it's time to write the morning routine. I have a way I like to do the morning routine. Usually I write the event of the day first. If there's no event, I leave that. Do I leave it blank? I don't even remember. What do I do? Let's look. Oh, I do put the event of the day on the first line. Okay. All right. Bam. If there's no event, I don't write anything. Okay, so next. Um, okay, so these three are health related. Health related. And so, yeah, I only write it one time. And then I just put the dots to give me something to cross out when I do the task. It's a little redundant. Because I do have trackers to track the majority of this morning routine stuff, but if it's not written on the weekly, I'm not going to remember when I look at the weekly. And so I need to have other cues in the planner that will help me remember to do it. Okay, so we've got those health things. Then we have meditate, 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 meditate. Holy moly, it's 5:33. We've been on here a long time. An hour and 23 minutes, all messy boots and all. All messy boots, late and all, because I was late today. I washed my hair and it It, I don't know, it always takes longer than I think it takes. Um, okay, AM reflection. Oh. Did it weird. Supposed to go underneath. There we go. It's here. Last thing. Direct morning routine is in hot pink because it's kind of like an appointment. Like, hey, you know, this has to happen at this time. All right. Absolutely done with whatever I was going to say. I'm absolutely done with the time blocking. There we go. Now we need to choose a marker to write these headings for these to-do lists, choose a washi tape. I don't know. I'm not really prepared with the washi tape for June. Everything here is from May. So we're going to see. We may not have a washi tape during this live. That may be something I have to pull out later. But this back here, these are my Tigereye stickers. And so we're working with stuff that matches this. I just didn't bring my washi tapes upstairs. I messed up there. Unless I use one of these. One of these. Yeah, I think I'm going to use one of these. Okay, wait a minute. Where's the weekly? Jeez. Back to the ideal weekly. The washi tape goes from 12:30 to 2:30. Oops, crashing into the camera. Yeah, almost the perfect size. Just a little bit. All right, do we want it like that? Or do we want it like that? I like this bluish action. So we're actually going to go for that. What I'm going to do is mark this oops. Okay, mark that so that I can cut it. There we go. I gotta hurry. I gotta make dinner. Ooh, I cut this all weird. It's off. That's disappointing. What are we gonna do? It's all right. With my hair all in the shot. It's okay. Okay, so I don't know what we did there. I don't know what we did there. We did not bring our markers to do this effectively, is what we did. So I'm just going to outline. And we will fill in with the appropriate marker, I suppose. Should we wait for that? Is there nothing here? I think there is. There's like this guy. Could be this guy. There's another one, or this guy. Which one? Which one? I'm gonna go with this guy for now. There. And then beautiful. I love that. And I'm going to use this dark brown to write to do. And then I'm going to highlight this. Love that. Very, very cute. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with these headings just because I feel like it. Just where are these headings supposed to be is the question. So it's a little low, lower than normal. We do need it though. We do. All right, we're going to do it like that. And then this whole line will get done. I really thought I was only going to be here for an hour, but I think I did a lot of talking in the beginning. Because we are not done. There was a lot of farting around, maybe. So maybe when I cut things, the live will be shorter. Okay, so groceries. I'm going to use that brown again. I'm going to color that. Okay. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to write this in capital letters instead of my typical cursive. Don't like it. All right. Okay, so this is homeschooling. Bookkeeping. Thinking this. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the flag. Bookkeeping. Perfect. I'm loving the way this looks. Except for that. Don't like that. But okay. We need to add our dots to this. Normally these lists are supposed to be next action, but a lot of times if I get a thought that if I get an idea of a task, then it gets added here too, even though it's not necessarily a next action. It's just a task that I just thought of and I need somewhere to write it down. So maybe I shouldn't be doing it that way, but that's the way it's been used so far. But there's a chance that not having it be only next actions is impacting the functionality of these lists. All right, look at this. This is looking cute. Let me move this over. This is looking cute. This is looking cute. We just need our crystal for here. And I believe that is not there. Are they here? Yes. Okay. Little crystals. All right. Gonna go with this. Gonna go with that. I kind of like that. And because the light is shining on this over here, I'm going to put the reflection sort of in the same area. And there is our tiger eye. Our tiger eye theme. I'm going to hold it like that real quick. Tiger eye theme for week 23. Love it. Is there anything else to do? Yeah, affirmations is what's up. So let's just go to them. All right, so May, although beautifully decorated, barely got much use. Never did the affirmations, never wrote them down, blah, 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 blee, blee, blee. But look, hey, look at my new pen. Yay! I bought this pen with some birthday money. Yay, shout out to the fam. And so I'm just going to write affirmations here in this May section because my June page is not set up for me to write it there. If my June page would have been set up, then I would have written it there, but we're going to write it here and just copy it over in June. Okay, so the first few affirmations, I want to use this fountain pen, this Twisbi Eco Extra Fine, to write the affirmations here. However, I have white out here at the top because this gel pen got on here. So I have to do the first one with a different color. So I'm going to use this for this first affirmation. Okay. So we're going to dip back into April. Did we get affirmations for April? Yes, we did. So let's dip back in here and see. I easily love, validate, and cherish myself. I choose. I'm going to add the choose. I choose to easily, oops, wrong. Where's it? Here it is. Okay. I choose to easily love, validate, and cherish myself. Okay, beautiful. Next line. I have the courage to face the truth. Yes. Perfect for Tigereye. I have the courage to face the truth. Okay. Now we are past the whiteout section and we can use the fountain pen. Yay! I take heed of warnings and take advantage of opportunities. Okay. Take heed of warnings and take advantage of opportunities. I'm realizing that this thing is still funky. The orientation on these videos. And why are we even fixing it right now, Ingrid? Why are we doing such a thing? I don't know. I don't know why we're doing it. Okay. If it's good for me, I see it, I love it, I do it. That's still a good one. Okay. D. Wallace wrote that. Alright, let's check March. Yeah, for March. I create the conditions for my happiness all of the time. Perfect. Nothing in February. Did we do it in January? We've already written what that was there. I want another one, a final one. I know what I want. I'm going to write that down. I know what I want, and I confidently say it. I know what I want, and I easily and confidently say it. All right, I'm just going to put my initials there because I made that up on the spot, but maybe someone else said it too. I don't know. But that's it. I have to cook dinner. I should check out the anime To Your Eternity. I should write that down so that I remember to do that. Okay, going to put this here. And then write it down. Check out To Your Eternity. Okay, wrote it down. So hey, this is it. This is the end of the life. We're gonna say goodbye. I didn't even introduce myself. If you're new here, I'm Ingrid from thinkingthis.com. I'm a writer, tarot reader, Akashic record guide, medium, and spiritual empowerment professional. I've discovered that decorative planning keeps me productive and motivated as I parent, homeschool, create content, and maintain my spiritual practice. One Sunday a month in 2026, I will be going live to time block and decorate my weekly pages and say affirmations to set up the energetic space for a productive week. So that said, If you've enjoyed our time together, please remember to like and subscribe so that you can be notified when we're live or upload new content. What else? Yeah, have a happy week 23. And we will see you next month. Although, you know, I'm going to be uploading my Tigereye monthly cover page video, hopefully tomorrow, but we'll see. Have a great week 23 again. Peace. What do you want?